Hi guys!
Hi everybody.
Misty and Sherry here with Queen Beez Vintage, and ooh, look who's on camera today.
Here we go. Don't unsubscribe, please.
Oh gosh. So in today's video, we have gotten a lot of requests from our wonderful subscribers to do a bee skep tutorial. So that is what we are going to be doing. And since Mom is the queen bee of making the bee skeps, she's going to be doing most of the work and giving me a tutorial as well.
Well, I have to say, I did get this idea from Chip and Joanna Gaines. Then I found a wonderful tutorial that Kim over at Feathered Nest did. And this is from her. So we're going to kind of recreate. So thank you, Kim.
So we hope you guys will stick with us to watch the tutorial. I do want to tell you that we've just received a big shipment of inventory for our website. We have a bunch of fun jewelry, clothing, handbags, all kinds of good stuff that has arrived. And I am trying to get everything photographed and uploaded so that we can publish the site very soon. So today what I wanted to share with you guys are these adorable bee earrings that will be on the site. Aren't they so cute?
They're so cute. I love all the bee stuff we got is adorable. So you guys will be excited and thrilled if you like bees.
So these came in silver and gold tone, which we ordered both. So hopefully both arrived. We know for sure the silver did. So we will keep you guys posted as to when the website is published. And thank you all for your questions in regards to the website. We really appreciate it. So you got anything else to tell them before we start?
Oh, let me show you what we're going to be using, everybody.
Oh, good idea.
Glue guns, glue sticks, which aren't on the table right now.
That's my bad. So give me just a second and I
Black
will get
acrylic paint and a paintbrush of your choice. So those are the only things we need for this project.
Well, they really aren't the only things because I got to get the jute and all the stuff that's in my backpack.
The rope and the jute, if you choose to use either or. So, yes, that too. Boy,
So,
we're starting off with a bang.
Here we go. Bang, bang. Let me grab the supplies really quick and we'll be right back.
Hi. Okay. Rope of any size. This rope actually came from Michael's bead department, and they call it jute. I made this smaller bee skep with it, and it turned out just fine. So anything that you guys want to use, we're just planting a seed. You guys take our ball and run with it. That's what we like to do. We'll get an idea, change it up, try different techniques, different size rope. So there's no set size. You don't want to use probably
The super skinny
thin,
jute.
or
Yeah.
unless you're making a tiny one. That might be very
Which would be kind of fun.
So this one I made from the rope from the Dollar Tree.
Dollar Street.
You guys asked for it. Dollar Tree. And 13 feet of rope comes in the package, and it took 3 to make this size. So that'll give you guys a little bit of direction. So we're going to start this process. Here are the Gorilla Glue sticks that we're going to be using. Misty and I both have these awesome AdTech glue guns that we purchased at Joann's.
No, we got these ones at Michael's.
Oh, Michael's.
The small ones
I'm
got
sorry,
at Joann's.
Michael's. They have this little precision tip on them. So we can do a lot of detail work with these. So we prefer these because they don't put out a big glue glob and make a mess out of everything. So these are our glue guns. You can use any style that you have on hand. We've used these also. And we love the Gorilla Glue sticks. They're the best. And if you have these little silicone fingertips, they save you from getting burnt. Misty and I both have these. We never use them because we never know where they're at. So
we're glutton for punishment.
yes, so you might want to get some of these little silicone fingertips, or use a spatula. Works really well, a silicone spatula, to save your fingers, because these glue guns do get hot. They are high temp glue guns. And that's it. So we're going to get started and show you guys how to make these little cute bee skeps.
And just real quick, guys, about the glue gun, because so many of you have asked. Like Mom said, we got these at Michael's, and these are part of their special buy or bonus buy deal that they do. They were $12. Because they are a special buy, you cannot use their coupon on them. But that's the skinny. I've had people ask for the name and the price on these. So $12 at Michael's, no coupon.
And they do take the mini size sticks. Misty gets them in long, and you can get them in this size also.
So let's get started.
Okay, we're back. Now, when I watched Kim over at Feathered Nest make one similar to this, she did it freestyle, no form. You can do it that way. We're going to use some little forms today. As I've continued to make these, I've made all sorts of shapes, sizes. I've used a bowl. I found the top of this Easter egg makes this cute little dome-styled hive, which I love.
I love that too.
So, and once you get it started, you really don't need a form. You don't need one anyway, but I found it easy, and I like how uniform they turn out. So, personal preference, you're going to be looking around, seeing all sorts of shapes that you can use to create these hives or skeps. So, we're going to get started. Misty's going to make one on this little egg shape to create the little dome-shaped one. And I'm going to use this bowl. It'll turn out similar to the one that I just showed you that I learned from Kim.
This one.
Again, Kim did not use the bowl. She just freestyled. So, again, personal preference. I like to do it both ways. When you start the other way, you can start at the top and you just want to form a spiral and glue as you go. You want to leave a little hole in there because you want to be able to glue your little loop if you want a loop on it. On this dome-shaped one, I didn't put a loop. Again, that's personal preference. But if you start it this way, you just start spiraling and hold it to the outside edge of the rope, because as you go around, you get bigger. And you just want to continually bring it down. And when you get whatever size you want at the end, or however long, tall you want it, you stop. But that's the process when you just make it by itself. Start at the top, make a little spiral, hold the rope out to the outside edge of the, I don't know if you can really see what I'm doing, I hope, but you'll get the hang of it. You'll see as we go on these forms too. It just happens. So these bowls I have are old bowls. Yes, I still use them. I love them. The hot glue gets a little globby on there. I just take my razor blade and scrape it off when I'm done. Or you can put wax paper around it. The wax paper will stay inside of your hive, which I don't care about that. I made one using a form and I wrapped it with wax paper. This one, the wax paper's still inside, so I could slide it off the form and it didn't stick. It will stick to this bowl, so every now and then I give it a little nudge up so I can get it off the form, because I'm too lazy to go get the wax paper. So here we go. You're going to stick a little dab of glue on the end of your rope and just stick it to the bowl. Then you're going to kind of come around this bowl and you want to keep it a little bit taut, not super tight, and start the process. You will start gluing the top of the rope onto the start of your rope. Now, because I'm already around the bowl, I'm going to lift that up off there so it doesn't stick. I got a little too much glue on that, but this bowl is cold, so it's not going to really hold on there. So I've got it off so I can slide it up and down now. And I'm going to try to keep the glue off of the bowl as much as I can, but it's just going to happen. So Again, the process will be just glue a little section. I'm gonna lift this bowl up. Glue a little section and lay the rope down on top of it. Well, I act like I haven't done this, and I've made about 20 so far. This glue gun I love. It has a stand that makes it sit up, but for some reason I find I knock it over. My husband's going to build me a little wooden structure to keep it in. I have to say these are a little bit addicting when you get going. You'll find yourself imagining all sorts of different ways that you can do this. You can actually sew them together too if you'd like. I'm not that ambitious.
Is your rope like kind of unraveling? I know you're using the same brand I have.
Well, yeah,
I'm kind of having to make sure I twist as I go.
Just twist as you go. You're going to find that this stuff isn't the prettiest. Some of it has a real flat edge, like it's been squished. Right here it's flat, then it's round, but it works regardless of what shape it's in.
I'm just giving it an extra little twist as I go so that it's not loose and messy.
Again, wash your fingers. I think my hands are made out of steel now. I don't know about your moms, but when we were growing up, we had to use super hot water to do our dishes in. So my mom kind of toughened us up. So I know a lot of other people wince a little bit and are a little bit intimidated by the glue gun, but we also have a little cold bowl of water sitting here in case you get burnt. In fact, we should have that a little closer. We'll probably shut the camera off because this is kind of like watching paint dry. Once you get the hang of what we're doing, you're just moving on up. If you want to get rid of your form, because you have your circle, you can just do it freestyle and just start gluing it on, kind of keeping the rope ahead of behind itself. So as you make it, it starts coning up. So I'm going to put mine back on the form, and Misty and I will keep doing this and we'll show you the end result. Okay, we're back. I caught Misty just in time. On these little plastic forms, you will have to use wax paper, or your jute or rope will stick to the plastic with the hot glue. So I just wrapped this with waxed paper, kind of tucked it up inside, put a little piece of Scotch tape over here, and then I just wadded it up in a top knot and put a rubber band around it just to hold it in place. Misty's going to make sure that she gets the rope still taut around here regardless of the bulk of this wax paper. It'll kind of flatten down as she goes so you can keep it nice and tight and neat. But we did want to come back and tell you this in case you got a plastic form. We didn't want you to melt it. And you want to be able to keep reusing this little dome. If you don't, you can leave it inside and glue it right to the form, but I prefer saving this. So we did want to come back on and show you that. I'm just continuing around on this bowl, and as the bowl gets smaller, my cone shape's going to start forming. So we'll come back and show you when we get a little more farther up the road here. Okay, I've kind of gotten to the edge of my bowl up here, and I'm going to show you can lift this off. I've been kind of pulling it as it sticks, and on this glass it doesn't get too stuck. On that plastic it will like weld itself to the plastic, so you definitely need the wax paper. Misty's still plugging along. Her rope is a little bit thinner, so it's taken longer to get to her destination. I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to start holding the rope more to the inside edge. And as you do that and go around, it's just going to keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And when I get to the top where I want you to leave the hole, we'll turn the camera back on and show you what we've done. But so far, this is it. And there are some glue globs, but we're gonna hit it with the heat gun or a hair dryer and kind of get rid of some of these strings and stuff. And I forgot to tell you, as you're doing it, you kind of want to make sure you pinch that rope really good together, because you'll get little spaces if you don't. And when I hold this up to the light, you can see where I didn't quite do it. But you're not going to see it, but I prefer to get it nice and tight. And afterwards, I might go in like right here where I see air and stick a little more glue and just pinch it tighter. So that's in the final steps of when you're done, and you just, I don't know, I like it better when you can't see through it. So that's what I go back and do. I just go back and pinch the areas where I didn't get the rope real tight. But
What I've noticed with my rope is there's like a lot of kinks and imperfections in it. So I'm really, really having to watch and be careful to try to push down where those kinks are and really make it come together with the piece of rope that I'm gluing it to, because mine would have a whole lot of gaps if I didn't.
Aren't they cute? And I wouldn't recommend this jute rope from Michael's unless you're like making a really small one. It's kind of flimsy. It's not going to hurt anything. It's going to hold its shape. But I bought some really nice rope at Tractor Supply. And it's kind of rough. It's a little bit bigger around in diameter, and it made a pretty good size one. And we'll show you when we're through what it looks like. But you can buy rope at Tractor Supply, Home Depot, Lowe's, Michael's to get this. Walmart sells rope. Like I said, Dollar Tree made these, and I kind of like these. They're kind of sturdy, and when you want to run out of rope on a bigger one, you're going to be able to make this one with just one bunch of the rope. But you just take the ends and you, well, shoot, let me get to, I can't get to the end of this. This is a whole lot of jute. But this end, see how frayed it is? I'm going to go back and fix that too. But you wind it up tight, stick some glue in there, and be very careful and just keep them tightly woven and join them together and hold on to them for a while till that glue kind of starts to cool. And then I just take it and twist it between my fingers and make sure that it just kind of welds itself together. You can see right there, I just fixed that frayed edge just by pinching it with a little glue still left on it. So that's how you join the extra rope when you run out and you have to keep going because you're not finished. I'm not going to have that problem today because I have plenty of rope. But when I buy it from the Dollar Tree, it's only 13 feet. So you are going to have to weld two pieces together. And I just do that with hot glue. So I'll come back and show you as we get closer to the end of this. Okay, you can see I'm getting smaller and smaller as I go. I'm just holding it to the inside edge of that rope. And Misty's now ready to take hers off this plastic form. So we wanted to show you. Going to pinch it off the top like this. See that? Okay. And then you're going to, the parchment didn't stick as bad as the wax paper did. It came out. You might be able to use that one
again. Good to know, guys. Maybe use parchment instead of wax paper then.
And it's looking really good. Now she's going to continue to go on the inside edge of this and keep making it smaller as she gets up. And when we get to the size hole we want to add this, you just loop over the rope like this, and you glue it down in. You leave your little tails and glue it down in. So you hold it upside down, stick it in, and the tails you leave, you just glue to the sides of the hive inside.
We'll show you that up close when we get to that point.
But
if you guys want to use a form like this plastic egg was purchased at the 99-cent store. So with Easter approaching, you may want to run out and get yourself one of these if you think that that's what you'd like to use for a form.
I bought a bigger egg too that I'm going to try to make a bigger dome with. So right now at the 99-cent store, they had those two sizes. So
check it out if you'd like to make one.
Or you can use a bowl. It's It serves the purpose too. And really, if you don't want to use any of your bowls, go to Goodwill and buy you one for 99 cents. You can pick one up really cheap and just use that all the time for your form. And then you're not worried about wrecking your bowls.
Sometimes you can even pick up a nice bowl similar to the one Mom used at the Dollar Tree or the 99-cent store too. So check it all out.
Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I went ahead and finished mine. Misty's going to show you what to do next.
So as you can see, I've left a little hole up here at the top. I'm going to go ahead. Mom said you could keep it this way and create your loop, but she prefers to cut hers off, and I think I would too. So I'm just going to cut it really close to where I had it glued, and then I'm going to create my loop. So I think I want my loop to be probably about that big.
You want to leave some little tails, because then you can reach up in there with your little silicone fingertips and really push in and glue it down to the sides of each side of that hole so it stays nice and sturdy.
So I've made my loop. I've got some little tails here. So what I'm going to do is just go in with a dab of hot glue.
Where's your fingers?
Yeah, hard head. Let's put the fingers on.
Well, you just had to tell me, so I think it runs in the family.
Yeah.
We're gluttons for punishment, people.
Okay, so I'm just going to squeeze that together. Again, I still have the little tails here. And I'm just going to make sure that that's nice and secure. And then I'm going to stick my tails down into the hole. And I'm going to stick it down in there up to the point where I've glued the loop together. And I'm going to turn it upside down now. And I'm going to go in with the hot glue gun.
You just stuck that in the paint.
Oh no!
It's okay, we can wipe it off.
I forgot that paint was on there. And then I'm going to just take my tails and glue each end down into the top of the skep.
I just so happen to have my paint rag right here, so
Oh, good.
let's catch that real quick. It won't hurt anything. It's right on the bottom edge,
Probably
so
won't
you're not
even
going to
see
see
it.
it, but
It'll give it kind of a rustic,
give it some
dirty
more
look.
character.
It's been out in nature. Okay, so I think I've got my tails nice and secure. And I've got my loop now. And so now we're going to create our little opening, this part. And we don't measure, we're just gonna kind of take an eye up,
Just
how
depends
big
on how big you want it. I made a smaller one on this one,
we think we want our
little one on this
opening.
one.
So I've kind of just eyed it up with my skep, and now I know where I want to cut it.
I don't
Oop, these aren't the best for cutting this, but okay. So now you can see that these have kind of frayed out since I've cut it. So what we're going to do is take the hot glue gun and put a dollop of glue down into that fray. And for this, you definitely will want these silicone fingers. And then you're going to kind of give it a twist.
Now before you glue the other one, join that together and hold it up against your skep to make sure you want that circle that big.
And I do think.
You want to shorten it a little? Or you like that?
Is that a good hole or is that too big?
Well, it's just personal preference.
Maybe I'll take just a hair off.
You can always take off, but you can add on. So
Right.
make sure that's what you want to do.
I thought these would be so great for cutting this because of the little pointy precision tips, but it's
Sure.
really not great for cutting it. Okay, I'm going to hold it up again. Yeah, I think that'll be good. So now, same thing on this frayed end. I'm going to put the glue down in here. And I'm going to take my silicone fingers
Don't
here.
do this without silicone fingers, people.
Yeah.
They're worth the investment.
We picked these up at Michael's. They are Mod Podge brand. You can also order them on Amazon. You may be able to get them at Joann's or Hobby Lobby. I've never looked for them there, so I can't say for
They
sure.
always have them at Michael's. If they don't, I'd be shocked. But you probably can get them at Michael's online too. So they're the Mod Podge brand. And let me put my glasses on.
There were 3 in there. They come with 3.
3 to a pack, and they say hot glue finger caps.
They're made by Plaid. Sometimes that helps when you do a Google search. Okay, so I've cleaned up both ends. You can see they're not frayed anymore. And now I'm going to weld them together with the hot glue. And pinch it down with my silicone fingers. I'm just going to hold this for a second to make sure the glue dries and it's nice and secure.
We have got glue stringers everywhere.
Okay, so now I have my little opening, and I'm going to go ahead and eye up where I'd like it. Mom and I like to see where the loop is. We kind of like to line our opening up with the loop.
Have the loop facing you so
That's on the
it
top.
doesn't twist around. If you decide to hang them, you kind of want it to, let's see, have that loop facing the door also.
So now I'm going to apply the hot glue just around the edge of the rope. Kind of try to put the glue on the center as well as you can.
Keep it nice.
Because then you don't have it gushing out the outside of the hole or the inside.
I have a lot of glue strings to clean up. I'm going to hit this with the hairdryer.
Oop, well, I'm going to glue mine to my hand. A lot of good the silicone fingers do. It's a good thing I'm impervious to the heat.
Well,
Okay.
the bowl of water is right here just in case. Misty had to do the dishes with extremely hot water too. We're a little bit of a germaphobe.
Okay, and I want to make sure as I'm putting my opening on that I'm shaping the rope in the right shape that I want it to have.
You can pick it up and pinch it now.
That's what I'm going to do
Yeah,
now that I
there
got
you
it
go.
kind of set where I want it. So now you can see I've got that. I'm going to get rid of these silicone fingers because they kind of drive me nuts.
Here.
I have a really hard time with some of my injuries from my accident. The tips of my fingers are numb. So I have a really hard time wearing gloves and silicone fingers like that because I can't really feel as it is. And then when I have those on, it makes it even harder. So that's why I'm kind of a hard head when it comes
Put
to
a little squirt.
wearing them.
You can use any acrylic paint. I just happen to have this patio outdoor paint. You don't need to use it. You can just go buy any plaid black paint at Walmart. Just a couple dots there on the parchment paper. And
We're just using a flat craft paintbrush. And then you're going to just go in, try not to get it on your loop here, and paint the inside black so that it looks like it's an actual opening. True bee skeps are actually, of course, you know, cut open so that the bees can get in there.
But these are for decorative use only. If you want to make a real bee skep, maybe you should go to a place where they make real bee skeps. They actually, I watched a video on real ones. They take a bunch of grass, they sew it together, and as they're sewing it to make it like round, they're hooking it on each row. And some are made out of clay. Some are made out of willow sticks that they weave willow back and forth through the sticks so they are actually like a basket and they kind of come up like a teepee. So there's all sorts of bee skips.
I just need a little bit more paint.
And
right
we've
over
read
here.
we know they've been around since the 1800s. They may have been earlier than that, but as much as we've researched, that's as far as they've gone back. We really haven't.
Delved in, but.
I find it quite interesting though.
So now I've got my little hole painted, and voila,
Voila.
you have bee skeps.
Thank you so much again, Kim, over at Feathered Nest. We hope you're watching and you're proud of what we've created from watching your little tutorial.
And thank you to all of our subscribers for requesting this DIY. We love you all and appreciate all of your continued support and wonderful comments. And we hope you guys will join us again soon for another DIY. Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Alrighty, friends. Here's a little collection of some of the bee skeps. We really hope you enjoyed the video today. Again, thank you so much for the request. I'll give you more of an up close.
It's a cute little bumblebee.
Thank you again for watching, everyone. Have a great
Bye.
day. Bye-bye.